Welcome into the WCS Sports Connection. I'm your co-host, Patrick Whitlock, District Athletic Director, and with me always is Tate Mathews. Tate, how are we doing today?
Doing great. It was a great week of college football. Great week of college football, and week 11 is here, man. It's really exciting. I know you're getting ready to probably jump off with it, but volleyball was exciting last week. Soccer was exciting last week, and it's Halloween week.
It is.
So
we got our friend Poe here.
We've got our friend Poe, and then
A little theme with the Battle of the Woods and potentially having the Falconer out there this week.
Yes, the Ravens. So some games on Thursday night, some games on Halloween night, so you'll be able to
you can double dip if you wanted to. So, a lot to celebrate. We have a new volleyball state champion as the Summit Spartans, in their first ever state appearance, defeat 16-time champion Brentwood in 5 sets. You were there. I was there. I got to watch a lot of volleyball when I was in California because it's obviously a really big deal out there.
Yes.
That's one of the best volleyball matches I've seen.
Well, yes, in all aspects, in all phases too, right? Like,
I mean, just
the actual game
yeah,
was great.
Up and down. There were a few key games, few key points that really kind of changed the tide.
Momentum swings both ways.
I mean, big time. Summit had a 4-point lead in game 2 and a chance to take a 2-0 lead, and Brentwood comes back, wins set 2, 28-26, and then in set 4, the script was reversed. Brentwood kind of squanders a little bit of a lead there. I mean, even to start off the match, Brentwood jumps up 6-1. You think this could be a blowout pretty quick. They're just gonna, and Coach Riker, to his credit, kept his kids calm, and they're able to win it in 5, 15-13 in the final. Pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, we got to win by 2. I mean, it couldn't have been any closer.
No,
it could not have been any more evenly matched, and so many great players on both sides. The student sections were unbelievable. I believe
we estimated 2,200 students total. From
is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's probably about 3,000. So nice $45,000 gate for a TSSAA for the first match of the day.
Yeah. Good way to start it off.
Yeah, no doubt.
Coach King, Dennis King, was the coach at at Brentwood. Barry Wortman was at Blackman, and they played in the state tournament. Would that have been on a Tuesday? Maybe on a Wednesday?
It was a quarterfinal game. Brentwood was down 31-9 at the half. Comes back and hits a 3 with like 3 seconds to go to win it.
Yeah, Asa Duval.
Yes.
But remember the 2 student sections, how big they were?
Yeah, it was.
That's what this was.
It was the same type of atmosphere. In fact, I've been to the Glass House many times for various sports. That is the loudest I've heard that building. I've been to college games.
I agree.
There.
Yeah, correct.
It was louder than that. Mandy Shanahan from Summit was named the MVP. Emery Estep recorded 22 kills. Maggie Kalas added 13. They overcame a 35-kill performance from Eliza McKnight. Daisy Oatsville had 18 kills. Lauren Duncan, 32 assists in a losing effort. Mandy Shanahan, 54 assists. Named MVP of the state tournament. What a great accomplishment for Summit in their first time there.
Very cool, man. A lot of people talked about, Summit's never been there before. It's their first time. Brentwood knows what it's like to be there. They're 1 for 1. Didn't matter. And the other cool thing, too, is sometimes it doesn't work out this way, but very clearly the best 2 teams, at least in their division.
It really wasn't even close.
No.
I mean, Summit was playing really well, kind of ran through their side of the bracket. Brentwood struggled in game 1 against Arlington, dropped a set, but overall
best 2 teams.
Dominated by far. And second year in a row, Brentwood comes up, short, runner-up, but their history speaks for itself.
That's right, and it's back on. They're back on track.
Yeah, they're right where they need to be. Williamson County continuing to dominate volleyball. I don't know what the actual statistics is. I didn't have to go through it. There's a little lull, 22 and 23. I believe Cleveland won it. But if you go back the last 20 years, I would say Williamson County's won like 16 out of 20.
Yeah,
something crazy.
So Coach Whittemore's sister, Amy Whittemore Wilson, and her senior year they made it but didn't win it, and then after that was when Brentwood went on their tear. So yeah, I mean it was wow. I don't know how Ravenwood's in there a little bit, Nolensville, but
it's been spread around. Yeah. Ravenwood had a nice run.
But before that, Brentwood ripped off.
Yeah, Brentwood just
16 of 20 or something like that.
They could fill their whole gym with individual banners just for volleyball.
Yeah.
All right, so with that being said, Summit might not be done. Before we get to that, congratulations to the Fairview Lady Jackets who won a region title last week in soccer. Unfortunately, came up short in the sectional against Liberty Creek on Saturday, but Coach Sizemore, great season for them. Second year in a row they fall in the sectional, but great job.
Yeah, man, great job, great season. Coach Sizemore, we hear that sometimes, build it up from nothing. He's literally built that program up from nothing. But sometimes, I think you would agree with this, sometimes in these sectional games, winning and then getting the one, whatever happens on the other side, sometimes winning and getting that visiting team coming in is sometimes a worse matchup than the other. I feel like Fairview would have been better off going on the road than
they probably would have rather played Station Camp.
Yes.
When it's all said and done, Liberty Creek gets upset in that region.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, they get through. They don't get Station Camp or Liberty Creek in the quarterfinals. They're probably a semifinal team, maybe a final team in the state tournament.
That's right.
Sometimes, the way it works out, it just doesn't go your way. Yeah, absolutely. A lot to be proud of. Malia Martinez had an outstanding season. Congrats to them. Now, speaking of Summit, they might not be done. They fell short Thursday night in the region final, 2-1 to Franklin. I was at that game. Overtime win for the Admirals. Jaden Ford got a rebound goal in overtime to give Franklin the lead, and it was a decisive game-winning goal. Summer Riley, who did not play the game before, comes in, scores like 35 seconds into the match. Boom. With just an unbelievable shot. She, I don't know what's going on, but she was hobbling a little bit, but just gutted it out. She might be the best female soccer player I've seen in Williamson County since I've been here.
You're the third person I've heard say that in the last week, 2 weeks.
Well, when she gets the ball, she's going to get a shot off. You can put three people around her. She finds a way to get it off. I don't think Franklin ever felt comfortable in that game. Because just her ability to score. And she's got good talent around her, but she just attracts so much attention. I think they're going to be a team to be reckoned with this week in Chattanooga.
Yeah, I do too. I feel like we kind of got like a volleyball thing going on here. I think we can very possibly see an all-Wilco final.
We definitely could. Also, Rosie DeVries fed sophomore River Pritchett, who also scored, I believe, in the district championship game for Franklin to win it. So the teams have played 3 times. Franklin has won 2. Summit wins the regular season. They will both be participating in the state tournament on Tuesday. Summit plays Houston at 1:30 at Baylor, and then Franklin plays Stewart's Creek to follow. The thing you got to watch for in that bracket, according to lots of people out there, Bearden is really the most dangerous team. Franklin possibly looking at a semifinal matchup with them. Honestly, I think Summit gets past that first game against Houston. Great program historically out of Memphis.
Yep.
I think Summit gets the championship game. So we definitely could have an all-Wilco final because I think Franklin is going to give Bearden all they want, provided they get there. And I expect Franklin to beat Stewart's Creek.
Oh, Franklin's moving on to the semis.
Yeah.
You got to think Bearden's going to beat Science Hill. Yeah, Summit definitely got the easier side of the bracket. But, yeah, I think Summit has a tougher first-round game than Franklin. With Stewart's Creek, don't you agree?
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Easier path to get there. So yeah, I think we're looking at Summit Franklin.
But look, when you got the best player on the field,
which
Summit usually does, you always got a chance.
And you mentioned Baylor. I don't know if you said it at the beginning. Do you know why? So this part of the state championships is held in Chattanooga. So he is talking about the Baylor School.
Right.
By the way, you've been there, right?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Golly.
Some money down there.
Yeah, there's some money down there. But why is soccer in Chattanooga and volleyball's in Murfreesboro?
They just
it's just the way they did it.
For the fall, they just bid that stuff out. So you got football in Chattanooga, you got soccer there, you got volleyball in Murfreesboro. Perhaps one day we get a proper venue, we can facilitate one of those state championships here.
Yeah,
nice. It's on the forefront of my mind.
It'd be cool. It'd be game-changing.
We will tackle that at some point here soon.
Safe to say this is the greatest fall semester in female or fall season in female athletics for Summit Spartans.
100%.
They're rolling right now.
No contest, and quite honestly, I don't think they're going anywhere. Soccer, they're going to be strong again next year. Volleyball, they've got some solid talent coming back. You just don't know. Both those sports are just so competitive.
Did we pick the volleyball state championship game?
We did.
I feel like we did.
We both said Brentwood and Summit. I picked Summit. I don't know who you picked.
You picked Brentwood.
I did not.
Oh, well, I picked Summit too.
Oh, okay. Then
then we tied up.
Yeah,
Good.
let's go. All right.
So we're going to do soccer?
Yeah, we're going to do soccer.
All right, we both agree it's Summit Franklin, right?
Yes. I'm going to go with Franklin, though. They're on a roll.
Okay.
Who you got?
I'm
It's
going
not part of the pick'ems, by the way.
No, but it's bragging rights.
You got Summit?
I'm going Summit, man. I'm sticking. I'm riding this thing.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going with the Spartans,
No
Lady
doubt.
Spartans.
All right, cross country has regionals this week out at Hermitage, 10 a.m. on Thursday morning. The girls will race at 10. The boys will race at 10:45. That's really just a preliminary to the state meet, which will be the following week, which we expect to bring home another state championship. Definitely in girls. Obviously, Brentwood is probably the prohibitive favorite on the girls' side. And you never know with the boys. We got a lot of boys' teams that'll be right there in the mix.
I agree. Yeah. The only thing that's going to hold back the Lady Bruins from winning on that side would be auto troubles if the bus
Right,
or the
if they
cars
don't get there.
But as long as they make it to the venue, we're good.
Yes, no doubt. So now moving on to football. Week 10 is in the books, getting ready to go into week 11. The playoff picture is a lot clearer in terms of who is going to make it, not necessarily where the seating is going to be. We'll get to that in a second. We will start with the game that was held right here in Franklin on Friday night, and the score is not incorrect. Franklin 8, Summit 6. Franklin does not score a touchdown. Henry Ruth 2 field goals. They also pick up a safety. Ryder Gregg 12 of 16 passing for 91 yards. Charles Williams had 6 carries for 44 yards, and Marshall Cooper rushed for 1 touchdown for Summit. Not the prettiest game to watch. I was a little surprised. I really thought Summit was going to come out on top. Unfortunately for Summit, they are now eliminated from playoff contention with this loss.
Okay, so I was told today, because I felt the same way, that if Summit beats Independence, there's a chance, there's a way they can get in.
Well, they've got, I guess, does Indy only have 2 region wins?
Well, let's look. Yeah,
They beat Coffee County and they beat Franklin. They lost to Ravenwood, lost to Brentwood, lost to Shelby. So they are 2-3.
Yeah.
So I guess there is a scenario because Summit has got 1 win over Coffee County.
Correct.
So yeah, they would have the head-to-head.
They'd have to beat them.
So in theory, they're not eliminated. So congratulations, Coach Coleman, on that. That might change my pick here when we get to the pick'ems. I did the math wrong in my head.
That happens.
Yeah,
There's a lot of numbers running through.
There is.
But
It's
I
lots to
love
keep up
the
with.
what you. I bet you got a bunch of it too. People were like 8-6. What'd they do? They score and go for a touchdown? No.
Yeah, and there were a lot of baseball references that were thrown out there.
Yeah.
The infamous Hogan Nose said how many strikeouts on Twitter. He's a Franklin guy, so he wasn't trying to be. They were down 6-5 when he threw it out there.
That's a big win for the Admirals, man. Coach Atkins and his crew needed it. And
Well, credit to him because not a whole lot to play for. They'd already been eliminated from playoff
they're done.
contention. I mean, and they got another opportunity this week to pick up a win and finish the season on a strong note.
played really well on defense, obviously, 8-6. But Lane Anderton had 8 tackles on the line. Tegan Lee had 6 tackles and 2 tackles for a loss. So those guys were flying around. You know, you hate to say it, but building on – that's where you are now. You're building for next year.
You got to
make sure these seniors go out the right way. But
absolutely.
But they did, you know, in the past, we've seen sometimes a team will
They'll give up. They'll quit.
give up.
Yeah.
This team hadn't.
It's human nature sometimes.
Correct.
Don't have a lot to play for. Also, my only loss of the pick'ems, I had Summit -3. So, Rossview, you did call this one. Nolensville, Rossview. Nolensville 35, Rossview 6. Tristan Lithmasai. I finally said
You
it
nailed
right.
it.
Yes. Led Nolensville with 10 carries, 89 yards and a touchdown. Ryan Newell, 7 of 12 passing for 69 yards and a touchdown. Also had 8 carries for 45 yards. And Josh Hicks and our guy again, Oliver Bender, each rushed for a touchdown for the Knights. Boat Race City.
Boat Race City, Popcorn City.
What did your intel tell you about this game? Anything that I missed?
Just Ross Hugh's not very good.
Yeah.
Outside of Clarksville, which, I mean, that's not a Wilco thing, but I'm assuming you saw that, right?
Yeah.
They thumped Antioch. Outside of Clarksville, well, that's not fair. Kirkwood's not bad, but for the most part, Montgomery County's
It's a down year, down decade.
down quarter century.
Yeah.
But anyways, good to see hey, man, here Coach Stidham is. Don't look now, the Knights.
5 in a row.
5 in a row. Got a chance to win the region this week. And, I don't know if you spent much time out in Gibson County, out around Medina, which is where he spent the last before he came to Williamson County, 14, 15 years of his life. But out in Carroll County, out near McKenzie, there's a lake. It's a man-made lake called the 1,000-Acre Lake. You know, you ever been by it?
I've not.
Beautiful piece of water. That's where Coach Stidham likes to go out there and hang out with his lovely wife, tri-tune boat, going on the cruise, Boat Race City.
Boat Race City. We can keep the garb on because our next game, Ravenwood 42, Coffee County 7. Femi Babalola, 6 of 10 passing for 136 yards, touchdown and interception. Maverick Chance, 3 of 3 for 81 yards and 3 TDs. Ravenwood now moves to 9-0. Caden Price added 68 yards and a touchdown on 4 carries. Cy Longley caught 2 passes for 61 yards and 2 touchdowns. And that's pretty much a wrap there. Now, I will say, I thought I had picked Ravenwood to cover. I went back and looked at the tape, and we both picked Coffee County to cover. I will say I was watching this game when they gave up a garbage touchdown to Coffee County, and I said some things. And then the next day, I was obviously over at Vanderbilt the majority of the day on Saturday. A couple of my former players are on the Auburn club team for basketball. Hey, we're playing at the rec center in a tournament. Why don't you come watch us?
Would one of these be my man, Gainer?
But he was not there.
Evan.
Yeah, soft. Anyway, I ran into Max Kempel's dad, former Ravenwood star, and he said, he said, I still go to the coach's breakfast on Friday mornings, and he says, Coach Rod talks about our lines and how they need to cover. He did not, but
you did not, Coach.
But fortunately, we picked against you to do it because it was a classy thing to not just totally run the score up. But yes, Boat Race City, 42-7.
42-7. Carlos Guerrera, our man, the kicker. He doesn't get enough love. 42 points. That's 6 touchdowns. 6 for 6 extra points. I'm telling you, it's going to be farther down in the playoffs. Maybe it'll be in Chattanooga, but it's going to,
it's going to come down to him.
It's going to come down to him. He made that one against CPA, but there was a penalty, and then it got taken back and then taken back again. But it's going to come down to a kick. And nobody else, maybe Keenan Fisher, nobody else around here that I'd rather have.
No, definitely not.
Taking that kick for him. So, but thanks, Coach Rod. It doesn't help us for this week, but we appreciate you paying attention to him.
No doubt.
Hey, Ricky, Coach Rodriguez, you fancy him kind of a speedboat guy?
I think so.
Yeah, me
He's
too.
Californian.
Yeah.
So.
Speakers blaring.
Yeah, no doubt. Flip-flop wearing for sure.
Definitely flip-flop.
Yes, 100%. All right, I'm going to skip this next one, go to some other ones. Page 48, Hillsborough 0. We both called this Boat Race City again. Also on that same note, Fairview 43, Cheatham County 12. I don't know that our boy, Julius Carter, scored because he did, or he didn't.
He didn't.
He didn't. Well, that's okay. Caden Lee with a punt return.
Do you want to know why?
Yes.
Well, go ahead. Finish. I'll tell you in a second.
No, that's all I got.
Fairview, talk about efficiency. Fairview ran 15 offensive plays.
Oh.
Total.
Wow.
The Cubs, the Cheatham County Cubs, the Al Cooper Cubs, they did try to keep the ball away from him.
Yeah.
And then also every time when Fairview did get it, they'd score 1 play, 2 play, things like that. So Jax McCoy was 4 for 5, 191 yards, 3 touchdowns. So Maverick Chance outdid him a little bit by going 3 for 3, 3 touchdowns. He went 4 for 5, 3 touchdowns. Caden Lee, 2 of those touchdowns on his only 2 receptions. And then he also had a punt return for a touchdown. So they took a punt back as well. But that's why.
Yeah.
15 offensive plays, which for a guy like Coach Hughes, that's almost like a punishment to him.
Yeah, he's probably pretty upset.
He was. He wants
Didn't get to show off.
He's got that play sheet, and he used about.
Didn't get to reach in the bag and do anything crazy.
No.
Centennial 45, James Lawson 20. That should secure a playoff spot for Centennial unless something crazy happens this week. But I still think they're going to have the tiebreaker regardless. And then our game of the week, Brentwood 16, Indy 14. We got the play of the week right here.
So going to be a quick pass out of the.
Trick a racy wide open.
Trick for me.
What kind of game we got here, Coach?
We got a shootout.
Wow.
80 yards.
My goodness.
Caleb Shin on the reception.
I didn't catch the number of the kid who could do that pass, but it was right on.
I have a feeling it was Jones Merrill, but we're going to take a replay just to confirm. So here we go. We have the. Let's see if we can catch the number.
4.
Yeah, Jones Merrill.
Yeah, Jones. Yeah.
And he, as soon as he got it, he was like, "Hold it
He
back
saw
up."
him so wide open.
So
It's almost like the coaching staff knew that was going to work. You know what I mean?
All right, so that play of the week, Independence takes the opening kick, goes down and scores. Relatively easy.
Yes.
And then, speaking of getting in your bag, Brentwood gets in the bag and runs a little trick play there with Merrill.
Jones
Merrill throwing it to Caleb Shin, just a little kind of a lateral in theory, and then he forward pass, 80-yard touchdown to tie it up quickly, and then offensive fireworks were kind of off the table from there.
Yeah, that was pretty. The way it started off, it's looking like an old school Independence
35-30 kind of game.
Yeah, right.
But we were greatly mistaken on
Greatly
that.
mistaken on that.
Caleb Shin, 2 touchdowns. Keenan Fisher had a 31-yard field goal. Brentwood misses an extra point on one of those, which almost proved to be very costly as Independence driving at the end of the game misses, I think, about a 35-yard field goal that would have given them the win.
I think it got blocked.
Okay.
Yeah,
I knew
which that's a miss, but
right.
But still, Brentwood's defense had to make a
Big play.
big play.
Yeah, Matt. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Matthew Horner, 21-34, 247 yards. Kid's getting better every week with a touchdown and interception for Independence. Now sitting at 3-5, 2-3, like we established here about 10 minutes ago. They're going to have to beat Summit to assure their spot in the playoffs. But we'll get to that here in a second.
On the road to Summit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I heard Coach Finch talk about it over the weekend. I thought that was pretty cool. They knew they were going to run that play. The Jones Merrill to Caleb Shin, so they knew they were going to run it probably in the first drive. So
yeah,
they did a great job executing that. I don't know, man.
Caleb was wide open.
Caleb was wide open, but I felt like that was almost a forward lateral to Merrill.
It was close. I was right there. I was packing up the truck. Had a pretty straight line view of it there at the 20-yard line. So I think it was probably.
By the way, how did it go?
It went well. Indy students are a little ruthless. They said some stuff, but it was a good time.
Towards the opponents or towards the hosts?
To the hosts. So basically, one of the signs I think said "We roll with Tate," and then they were like, the other guy picked Brentwood, which is not necessarily true. I think we both picked Brentwood to win, but I mean, whatever. They were upset and they said some stuff. But we had a good time. Good crowd, a lot of spirit out in Indy Nation.
That's what game days are for.
They are notorious for that.
Yeah.
Honestly, like Indy brings it. My guy Jack Berger, OTL member, he brings it.
Good.
So,
hey, real quick before we move on, anything jump out to you about the Page Hillsborough game outside of Boat Race City, Popcorn Skunk Shutout City?
No.
6 touchdowns. 6 different people scored.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Pierre, Ote, Ackerman, Dickerson, Sissel, and Wilson all had touchdowns, had 2 field goals. Cameron Cruz was 7 for 11, 4 touchdowns. They got so many weapons, man. I don't know if that was by design, but I bet it was.
Yeah, probably. Spreading the wealth.
Talk about.
We always knew Coach Rathbone was a socialist. He's just spreading it around.
That's exactly right.
100%. But I'm proud of you, Coach, for covering. And speaking of covering, last week we both go 6-1. Tate now 45-18 overall. I'm 46-17. We're right there. When I went back and watched it, because I like to double check, because I'm a little,
Well, I loved earlier how you called it. You went back and watched the tape.
Yeah, OCD. Well, that's coaching me.
I know.
But I got that OCD where I don't want to screw anything up, and I don't always trust my notes. But so I went back and watched it when I was putting together notes today. Like, we were pretty much spot on some of those predictions. Like, I said Brentwood wins in a tight one, but Indy covers, then you were spot on with, Rossview. So, if there were real bets to be placed, you would definitely want our input. So
Yes.
we got some interesting lines this week. The pundits were very far off in some of these. So we're splitting the difference. So we're going to start with a pretty key 3A matchup. Fairview hosting Waverly on Friday night. This game is on Friday night. Waverly currently top 10 in the state, undefeated, but Fairview only has one loss in the region. Fairview wins this game, they win the region. They're region champs again, regular season. And our one pundit to the south put this one at 13.5, Waverly. There's no way. I'll start. There's no way I'm picking against Coach Hughes and laying the 13 points there.
Oh, no.
No way. So I got Fairview in that one. I think it's going to be tight.
I got Fairview to cover? You got
Fairview to
win?
cover and to win.
Okay.
I think they're going to win straight up.
Yeah.
Money line. I would make a fortune if this was real life.
This is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. There's no, even if they don't win, they're not getting beat by 14.
No way.
No way.
Absolutely.
You're going with the Yellow Jackets?
Yeah, that's the first time I've really looked at one of these
And
lines.
you heard
and
it
been like, that's crazy.
You heard it here first. Coach P. Whitty endorsed their Fairview's covering. Not only are they covering, they're winning straight up, winning the region championship. I love it.
There we go. All right.
I'm going with Fairview.
Good. We both got the Yellow Jackets. All right. This next one, this will be your pick first. The pundits were a little far off on this. We had one line that was like 17, another one that was a little bit higher. So we're going to go with 23.5. I think it's a lot of points. Page minus 23.5 versus Nolensville. Nolensville's won 5 in a row. This is for the region championship. Both teams undefeated in region play.
Yeah.
So who you got? 23.
Is this Thursday night or Friday night?
This is Thursday night.
And where is it?
It's at Page.
Okay. You know what that means? Train horns are going to be out.
Oh, they're everywhere, man. They were at Indy the other night. I swear,
think
people
they're
are following me into the game like we're going to get him.
Hey, where's Whitlock?
I mean, I'm hearing him in my sleep. It's insane.
Okay, so normally when you have a well-coached team, I always go with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, they're going to get beat, but they're going to figure this thing out, keep this thing close.
Right.
I think the Page offense is so explosive, and the defense is so good. I think Page covers.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I think Page covers.
Which is crazy, but I think they're that good.
I think we're looking at like a 38-14 game, which mathematically that is over 23.5. So I don't know.
I love how you bring the educational touch to the show.
There's one nerd here, and that's me. So I think Nolensville finds some ways to score. I think Bender and quarterback Newell, he's athletic enough to probably make some plays.
Yep.
But it's just not going to be enough. And I think also Page is going to be motivated.
Motivated.
If Page isn't motivated, then I think that game could be a little bit tighter. But I definitely think Page gets the win and the cover. All right, this next one, I'll start Centennial minus 24.5 versus Hillsborough. I really don't like the fact that there's a hook on this game and a half point, but also Hillsborough is awful. Hillsborough is terrible. I think Centennial wins 35-0, and I think Centennial covers.
Yeah, man. I'm going to give them a little bit more grace than that because I really like those guys. Plus, they're right next to the Donut Den.
Great spot.
Great spot. You ever get the red velvet cake donut? I mean,
several times.
Most people sleep on that.
Pretty much kept that place in business when I was in college.
Yeah, well, we were there a lot too.
Yeah,
and in high school. But so let's just look at Centennial's season as a whole. What have they been really good at doing?
Scoring.
What have they been really bad at doing?
Playing defense.
How many points did Hillsborough, even after? I mean, how many points against Page, even after Coach Rathbone put in the puppies and the freshies, did Hillsborough score?
That'd be 0.
0.
And when they played James Lawson.
Yes.
It was 7-5. That was the final score.
That's
5.
I really don't know what to say to that. So if ever a dream game to really end this, now I know they're going to the playoffs, but in this season on a high note was drawn up for the Centennial Cougars, it's this. I'm going with the Cougs.
Yeah.
They win, cover.
They're gonna get a 3 seed with this win, and that might put. I can't wait to talk about the playoffs next week. That might put them in position to win a game or two in the playoffs, especially with this janky new format.
I would be really ticked off if I was hosting a home playoff game in week 1, which somebody's going to be, and that's who's coming to town.
Right. Not what we're looking for. So, all right, that was my pick there. So you're up next one on this one. Franklin minus 8.5 versus Cordova, a suburb of Memphis. Now, I don't know how much research you did on Cordova.
0.
They're 2-8 or 2-7. Lost to Collierville last week, 58-0.
Yep.
So what do you got?
I know nothing about them. What do you know their mascot? I mean, that's your old.
I probably should. We never played Cordova High School. Spartans never played them when I was in high school.
Any colors? You know anything about that?
I think they're like maroonish, so it is the Battle of Maroon here.
Okay. Franklin wins. I think we agree on that. I don't know that Franklin has found enough offense to win by 8.5 points.
Well, they didn't even score more than 8 last week, so yeah.
And that included 2 field goals and a safety. So I think the Admirals win, but I'm not as versed. How do I? Franklin wins but doesn't cover. Is that my
Correct.
answer? Yeah, Franklin wins but does not cover.
Okay, so you got Cordova. I think Franklin does cover. I'm going to take that. This could be the deciding game here.
Big time.
In our regular season, at least. Look, long trip for Cordova. Probably not one they want to make. Probably a little bit of a payday for them. I don't even know if Franklin is returning this game next year. I hope not.
And let's not forget, man, that's a good point. It's Halloween night, right?
They're playing. No, they are. I think they are playing Halloween night.
They're mad. They're missing Halloween with their friends and their girlfriends, and
ruins their whole weekend.
And to come down here and take their 8th L of the year.
Right.
Yeah, you might be onto something.
We'll see. All right. Indy Summit. Let's see. This one's going to be you. Indy, a 17.5 point favorite. Now, the fact that Summit still has something to play for. Is it?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Man, this is tough because Summit has something to play for. It's a rivalry game. A lot of pressure on Independence because you lose this and you don't make the playoffs. It's an incredibly disappointing season. I kind of feel like Coach Coleman going in this game is playing with house money. I think it's going to be – I think Summit covers. I really do. I don't think they win, but I think it's like a 1 or 2 possession game. I think they end up getting beat by like 7 or 10, maybe 14. So I'm going with Summit.
What do you call that half? A hook?
The hook.
Yeah, I don't like that.
But it's how they do it, man.
I know.
If you go through.
And we keep doing it.
Well, trying to make this realistic.
The game is at Summit.
Yes.
They both have a lot to play for. There's certain teams that don't match up well with others. I think Indy wins. You're saying Indy wins, but Summit covers.
Correct.
Yeah. I think Indy wins, and I think they cover.
Okay. That's fair. I can see how you go with that. I mean, Indy's ability to score.
Yep.
It can be impressive at times. All right. Then our WCTV game of the week. We'll have the coaches in here on Friday to talk about this one. Ravenwood minus 18.5 versus Brentwood. You're up first on this one. Oof.
I'm pretty sure I've got this right. I looked at it a couple years ago, and then I heard something earlier this week, and this week, and I feel like I heard it again. Have there been 27 Battle of the Wood? I believe there's been 27
because they played in the playoffs a few times. Yeah.
And I believe. Do you know who holds edge?
No.
It's by 1 game.
I would say Ravenwood holds the edge by 1
I believe Brentwood is 14, Ravenwood is 13.
That's crazy.
That's insane, man.
Yeah.
Like, you can't draw that up any better.
No.
And we're not going to do it now, maybe next week's show, but you go back and think of the coaches, the players on both sides, man. Just been, for a game, for a rivalry that's only had 27 games, so many great stories and games and players. Just a rich history, man.
Very few blowouts.
Very few.
Like maybe 2.
Which I would call 18.5 a blowout.
100%.
Okay. Well, I'm glad. Thanks for setting me up on that. I think this Ravenwood team's different, man. I think they're hungry. I don't, Mavs 3 for 3 and Femi's 4 for 9. They haven't really got to play. So I think they're chomping at the bit is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And I think this defense is way better than what a lot of people are talking about because the offense is so good. I think Ravenwood wins, and I think they cover.
I agree. I think Brentwood is going to struggle to score. I think Ravenwood puts at least 28 on the board, so like 28-7, which would be enough there. It's, before the season, we made some predictions. I said that Indy was going to knock off Brentwood and unseat them as the 2 seed. I was wrong. I also said I think Brentwood maybe gets this game, last game of the regular season. I think that was a stupid prediction at this point. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a heck of a game. WCTV Game of the Week. The Falconer evidently is going to be there. You will not believe the outrage. Yeah, it's pretty weird. The outrage over us not having game day there this week. There was a lot of misinformation. I'd just like to set the record straight. We are not doing game day this week because my daughter, it's senior night, and I have a parental obligation, so obviously we can't do it. But people thought we were going to –
for nothing.
Yeah, people thought we were going to Nolensville. Page. I heard from school board members. Dr. Vaden reached out and said, why are you not coming? And I said, look, we're just not doing one this week. We're going to do one more for the playoffs. I'll let you know Sunday where we're going to be at some point over the next 3 weeks. So they're going to have a great time without game day because it's just that kind of rivalry. But people love it, man.
That's great.
Yeah.
How did it go? You said it went good Friday night. Yeah.
I think it went well. We've tried a little. We might switch some things up, but the kids, hot chicken eating contest, which is been a mixed bag. Some kids have not felt well after they've done that, but hey.
Depends on who makes it that day. That's what I've learned. That's what I keep being told.
Yeah.
Like, how hot is hot? Well, it depends on which cook's making it today.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of variance there, man. Kind of need to know.
Yeah. Hattie B's is great, but I ain't going there and ordering the highest level.
No.
I'm not a psychopath.
I just get like.
Plus, with my bald head, I'll just sweat like a fool.
You and I can't hide it.
No, we can't.
It's embarrassing. They think we're sick.
It's ridiculous. So.
Hey, that is funny.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun. Hopefully, remember last year the Falcon went on a joyride.
Yeah, that lady.
Hopefully the Falcons don't take off.
That lady said some stuff that we ain't saying on this show. Anyway, it was bizarre.
It's great.
Never a dull moment. Well, that's going to wrap up our show this week. I am fired up to see how girls state soccer plays out, and also our playoff preview next week. We'll be here for it. It's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be fun. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everybody. We'll see you next week.